okay? And I would like you to do a chin tuck, okay? And that thing didn't move either way, right? That thing just stayed in the middle. Okay, now let your chin come out. I want you to do a chin tuck now, but when you do your chin tuck, let your head rotate maybe just a little bit, 5 degrees to your left. Oh, okay, great. See how that thing kind of deviated to the left? Okay, now come back up in neutral. Now do it again and deviate to the right. See how it went to the right? Okay, good. This is the flexion opposite thing. He's performing OA flexion, and what happens is the nose deviates to the side opposite of the pathology. So what does that mean? Well, when he goes to perform OA flexion, and you see this deviate to the left, okay, that means that his left occipital condyle has gone all the way through its full rolling and gliding on the left, but the right one stopped short. And when it stopped short, what did it do? It induced this rotation to the left, okay? So the problem, or the problem joint, is the right OA joint. Does that make sense to you? So it's called flexion opposite. So when you perform flexion, the nose goes opposite the side of the pathology. And here might be another way of looking at this, is when these condyles, when you go ahead and flex, they do this. Extend, they do this. Flex, they do this. Extend, they do this. So far, so good? Now, watch this right one. It's going to start to extend, or he's going to start to flex. It's going to hit its limitation. Watch what happens. Flex. You see what happened there? This one went back, but this one didn't. And his nose went to the what? Left. Come back up. Let's go the other way now. Follow me? So, one of the things, again, this may not happen. It may happen. But I think it's something to kind of get used to, or to make this joint play a little bit more meaningful, is you may have people that bilateral OA restrictions. But in this case, this person has a unilateral, right? And their problem is on their what? Right. They point to it, they tell you it hurts to the right, they have decreased right rotation, they have decreased right side bending. Remember that? All that? So if I were to evaluate OA flexion bilaterally, and I did see a FOS event occur, a FO, which side would the nose go to?
Left.
To the left, exactly. So this person, when I go through this motion, it's going to seem like his nose goes to the left. Okay? Does that make sense mechanically? That's why that first day hurt so much with mechanics, because now we're using them. Sorry. Okay? Make sense? So now, when you do this OA bilateral flexion, you can have two things to think about. Quality and quantity of motion, and do I feel like one side's going down more than the other, or do I see the nose is maybe deviating? Does that make sense? Okay. You don't have to worry about the EF part. I'm not going to make you worry about it. Because if you have an extension dysfunction, okay, the nose goes to the same side. But we don't treat those. So guess what? You don't have to remember one more thing. You have space for something else now. So we'll use it for something else. Now, I'd like you to do this standing at the head of the table now. Now, this is what I want your partner to do. I want your partner to, before you touch them, determine my nose is going to go to the left, my nose is going to go to the right. You know, give a fake restriction. Let your therapist evaluate you, and then, as the therapist, you have got to be able to determine is it right or left. It's a lot different sitting and looking versus standing and looking and knowing which your mechanics. Okay, so do it real quick, okay? Real quick.